welcome along live international football on TalkSport 2. It's John Driscoll and Chris Iwelumo, the former Scotland centre forward for this one, and Scotland have some pride to restore. Alex McLeish has dodged questions about his future after the calamity of Kazakhstan. Remember, in the autumn he was celebrating a positive start to his second spell in charge of his country after their success in the Nations League. Therefore, no matter where they finish in this group, they will have another shot at qualifying for Euro 2020 in the playoffs. But in another way, no matter how well they play today, it won't erase the bad memories of that performance in Astana, which was on Thursday, over 3,000 miles away, and they just want to put some distance between themselves and that scoreline. And the Axis weren't 6 changes from the Kazakhstan 11 as they will be known. Liam Palmer is out, might have won his first and his last caps on the same occasion. Shinnie, Forrest, McGinn, Burke, McBurney all out. So Ryan Fraser comes in, as does Callum Paterson. So the 2 Premier League men whose clubs didn't want them to play, they didn't play in Kazakhstan, they didn't go to Kazakhstan, so they're in. Kenny McLean, Johnny Russell and Stephen O'Donnell comes in, and Robertson, the captain, has had his dental operation, so he's come straight to the micro state of San Marino, so he plays. So the Scotland team will be: Scott Bain retains his place in goal, the 2 centre-backs stay as well, Bates and McKenna, Robertson's at left-back, Stephen O'Donnell right back, and a 3-man midfield. We'll see exactly how it works out. Callum McGregor keeps his place, his 57th appearance of the season. Stuart Armstrong plays, Kenny McLean comes in, Ryan Fraser, Johnny Russell will be the wide players, and Callum Paterson up front. San Marino, I'll give you the list of names if you like, you won't have heard of them. A couple of them are pros, most of them play in the amateur league in San Marino. A couple of them are lower division players in Italy, including the goalkeeper Benedettini. No matter what happens to Scotland today, they won't erase the bad memories of Thursday night, Chris. But what's the minimum? What have they got to do today?
No, John, you've said that twice. It won't erase it. They have to go out there. They have to dominate this match for me. They have to be clinical. We need to see the fluency in their play, the confidence in their play. It was a shocking result. But you know what? It's done. It's gone. The campaign has to go on. We have to go on. And we have to basically... it can't get any worse. Let's put it that way. We're playing against the lowest ranked team in the world. We should be... You know what? Cyprus went out and beat them 5-0 the other night. I'm expecting more. That's the pressure the players should be putting on themselves. That's the pressure that the manager should be putting on them, because he's under pressure. The players' performance put the manager under pressure after the first game. We were talking about it after the game the other night, John, weren't we? People saying, oh, should he be sacked? Is he the right man for the job? That's after the first game of the campaign. So as a manager, as McLeish's manager, I'm expecting he's put that pressure on the players, and they need to deliver for him.
Scotland in yellow on the attack with Robertson down the left side. They've already survived without conceding longer than England did on that famous night back in the early 90s when they conceded after only 8 seconds after Stuart Pearce's mistake. So Scotland lively in a change shirt tonight. Paterson crosses into the penalty area and it's chested back towards his own goal by Battistini, the right back, and the goalkeeper got there just about on the line.
Well, I've got to say, it's not a great cross. It's a nothing cross. Poor defending. I've got to say, Ryan Fraser, back post there. If you're alert to it, you're on your front foot. That's number 1 for me. It's as simple as that. We have to be clinical. We have to be on. We've got to anticipate. Don't react. Anticipate that happening and then making a mistake there.
San Marino have won a game once. It was in 2004 in a friendly against Liechtenstein. They've had 4 draws. The most recent of which was in 2014 against Estonia. Glory days for San Marino. Strange little place. 33,000 inhabitants. It's mountainous near Rimini. That's where Scotland have stayed. It's where most of the Scotland fans are staying. So it's the bars and the sunshine. 17 degrees. It's a tiny little stadium, kind of non-league stadium you'd recognise from the UK. And the players, well, we'll find out exactly what level they are. Ken McLean's on the ball for Scotland. Scotland on the front foot and positive. And Stephen O'Donnell of Kilmarnock, the right back, cuts it back again to McLean.
Yeah, I think we're using the ball well, but again we're not really creating, we're not being effective. That's a little pass.
Armstrong turned, tried to get a shot away, he was blocked off, but they're still on the attack now. Scotland. McGregor thought about pulling the trigger.
Should hit it for me, John. But you look at San Marino, 2 banks of 4, probably 1 a 5 sitting in front of the 4, and just playing with 1 up top. So it's going to take that pace of our pass. Good ball, come on in.
Fraser puts it into the penalty area, headed away, and then the volley is just over. It is a much, much better start. It was Kenny McLean who arrived. He struck it powerfully, but it's landed on the running track.
So important. McGregor's seen a lot of the ball in the middle of the park, and yeah, he's getting his head up. Can he pull those little ones in between? You know, he's got the ability to see it. He's done it there, but we've got to be quicker with our pass. We've got to really move that two banks of San Marino around. You know, I think that's where the pace of our pass, our movement at the minute's been good. You know, I think Patterson finding little holes there, Johnny Russell finding little holes. That's what's got to be done. Ryan Fraser finding little holes. McGregor, he's got to be the puppet master for me today, pulling the strings all over the place. So it's the passing's a little bit slow, but again, we're seeing a lot of the ball.
Scotland have got a bonus corner awarded by the Austrian referee Manuel Schurtengruber. It was the very young, tall central defender Cervoli thought it was going to be a goal kick, so he let it run out of play. Scotland have taken it, they've cut it back, and it's been swung into the penalty area, and it's a glancing header by McLean that has crept past the goalkeeper in at the far post, and that will do nicely. Scotland in the 4th minute have taken the lead.
Yeah, fantastic ball in. He attacked it well. It was one of those, you know, the pace is on the ball, all he has to do is guide it. Great little header as well, beat the keeper. I always said the other day that the first goal is always going to be the hardest one. You know, now San Marino's game plan doesn't change. They'll still have the 2 banks, the 4, the 5, the 1 up top, and just try and play counter-attack football. But that gives us, that should hopefully relax the players now. Can we get on the ball, keep the ball moving fast, put it in the box, because defensively they're not good. They're they're positionally not correct, and they're not brave enough as well. So can we put them to the sword?
It's a good start. Scotland need something positive. As many goals as possible would be the way to go about it, basically. They've won every game they played against San Marino. They've been here 3 times before and won by 2 goals to nil on each occasion. So there's a target to get better than that, to get their best ever win in the micro state of San Marino, where they speak Italian, basically surrounded entirely by Italy. It's something of a historical quirk that it's not part of Italy. When they started merging all the Italian states together in the 1800s, San Marino wasn't included, and they have been an international football team, even if most of them aren't professional footballers. But Scotland have started with the kind of attitude. It's a more experienced team, obviously, because they were missing players the other night in Kazakhstan. The bad news, I'm afraid, from the group, Kazakhstan have played again today, been beaten 4-0 at home by Russia. Russia's the team that really Scotland need to be targeted to try and get beyond.
Yeah, I think when you look at it, okay, what's happened has happened. I think we need Belgium to run away with the group and basically fight it out for second spot. You know, I think we have, of course, the safety net, but we shouldn't be thinking about that at all. Let's do as well as we can. It starts from now. Performance, we've got the goal. Can we carry on, score as many goals as we can today and take it? If we can nick points off Russia and maybe hopefully do the same to Belgium, that's the plan. But there's no easy game. You're looking at Cyprus, you've got Kazakhstan again, you know.
This is as easy as they come, isn't it? You know, they are bottom of the world rankings. They're below the Bahamas, above nobody. So, I mean, I'm not sure exactly how reliable the rankings are down that bottom end. They've never played the Bahamas, so we don't know whether they're better than the Bahamas. Maybe they should have some kind of wooden spoon world playoff every 4 years. The goalkeeper has got the ball in his hands. Benedettini is from a long line of goalkeepers. His uncle used to be the number 1 goalkeeper for San Marino, and his cousin is on the bench, and he's the backup goalkeeper. If there's a family wedding, I don't know who goes in goal. A huge clearance downfield, comes back with a little bit of interest, and then Simoncini, the bearded captain, with a header forward. Free kick for San Marino inside the Scotland half, just about.
It's a very soft one for me. I thought McLean done very well there, to be fair. So it's, I don't know what the ref has seen, but you know what, get yourself organised again and ready to go.
San Marino expect to finish bottom. Nations League even didn't move the dial for them. They scored none and conceded 16. Even against, Belarus, Luxembourg, Moldova. They hit the ball into the Scotland penalty area, and the skipper tried to get it down. He miscontrolled it, thankfully for Scotland. Simoncini.
Now it's just little moments like that, John, as well. You know, that's 2 Scotland players going up there and challenging for the same ball. Comes off the back of the head, and you know what? There is contact in the box. We just got to make sure that we don't give them an out. We don't give them a silly penalty or something like that. So let's just defend well, no complacency, don't allow it to set in and try and control this match, and I mean dominate the match from first minute to last. We're better players all over the pitch, and I want to see that.
It's a strangely passive performance on Thursday against Kazakhstan when they just didn't close down a team that they were much more highly rated than 117 in the world, Kazakhstan, but they looked like world beaters, weren't they, because the Scotland gave them time. Well, who knows, we'll never get to the bottom of why they played quite as poorly as they did, as bad a result as Scotland has ever had. I know they've had defeats on bigger stages before, but that was bad. Here's Andrew Robertson, the captain, back in the fold tonight. He wanted to be in Kazakhstan, he couldn't get there, having had the dental work that he needed to have done. He had an abscess that was apparently causing great pain, so it wasn't just going for a checkup. David Bates, the Hamburg central defender, has played it to Stephen O'Donnell. They'll be hoping he's a bit more positive than Palmer of Sheffield Wednesday was the other day. McGregor through the middle is the holding midfielder. Robertson swings it deep towards the back post, and Russell with the header. I think he's trying to head it back across. It's gone booming off behind the goal.
He got caught between two things there, didn't he? He was thinking goal for goal, put it back across, and you know what? It wasn't a great ball. It was a very high ball, but still he's watching it all the way. He knows that he's gonna reach it unchallenged, and that's when he just put it back in that danger area. He's got three players in there, John. Just little moments like that, right decisions that let us down on Thursday too many times. You know, Oliver Burke got into that final third and that into the box so many times, but that final pass, that final decision let us down too many times.
He's one of the players who has been sacrificed. Fraser's back in, operating down the left and scurrying into the penalty area, good pace, and then a diving header. It's gone across the face of the goal a little bit. It's now come out to the penalty area. O'Donnell will try and keep it moving again. Scotland will try and keep the pace, the tempo high against a team that they are so much better than. McGregor has the ball, not captain tonight, winning his 11th cap for his nation. Into the feet of Russell it goes, and then Robertson over on the left side, all inside the San Marino half. And for once Scotland just take their foot off the pace just a little bit, and they shouldn't. You know, I think completely in control. I don't want to see it. It's too many little small passes where we can't go forward, even if it's just bouncing in and then going up and supporting or going back. San Marino, they're not pressing as well. I think we can play that cut and pass. We've got players making the movement, good movement as well, so if you can see them, pass it on. And they're not going to be as fit as Scotland either. Fraser's hit the deck over right by the corner flag. It's the right back, Manuel Battistini, with a foul on the little man from Bournemouth.
He's been good every time he gets it. He's direct. He's shown us already that he can beat him with pace. Fraser down that left flank, but that's it. Make them commit them. Make the San Marino defender commit them, and you never know. A card, they're sending off, and we can go and dominate this match. But we should be doing that anyway.
It was a very clumsy challenge, wasn't it? It was a non-league challenge by Battistini, but Fraser's okay. Blowing a little hard actually in the San Marinese sunshine. It will be an in-swinger. It's the side from which the goal came, and he swings it in, and Scotland player hit the deck. Honestly can't make out who was fouled, who was fouling whom in there. O'Donnell can clip it back in pretty centrally, and Russell will come around the back, and he's lifted it up and over the top, but it's just behind for a goal kick.
We'll have to say from that there it was Bates, David Bates, penalty kick all day for me. I'm sure there was contact, pushing back, great little ball in as well. Johnny Russell, the touch could have been better, but can he think about it? Can he know that he's going to have a good first touch? So touch, shot, rather than touch, bounce for the defender to come in and clear. Clinical, that's what I want to see.
San Marino 0, Scotland 1, a 4th minute goal by Kenny McLean. His first for his nation. It's exactly what they needed. What they didn't need was growing tension around this game. A 1-0 win, almost as good as a 6-0 win in the way that the groups are sorted out on head-to-head record rather than goal difference. But there's a long way to go in this group. In September, Scotland take on both Russia and Belgium in back-to-back games. The whole thing is done quickly because Scotland are one of the Nations League winners. They're in a smaller group. So the whole thing is rattled through by November. It means just about the death of the international friendly, and that's not much mourned. Scotland in yellow shirts with the dark blue socks and shorts, gone back into their own half as Scotland Kenner of Aberdeen, and then to Callum McGregor, and McGregor down the left side to Fraser. Robertson had gone bombing into the penalty area, and they check out again to the goal scorer, the only goal scorer, Kenny McLean. San Marino, it's a pretty low defensive block, and it's not an energetic one either, is it? They're not charging around, putting pressure on Scotland here.
I still don't think we're working them hard enough. No, they're sitting, they're not moving them around because the passing's quite laboured. It's just little 2-touch, 5-yard passes. We've got to kind of be clinical. We've got to be straight with those passes in between the lines, those little distances.
Kind of thing that they won't be able to get away with when they take on the world's top-ranked team, Belgium and Russia, who seem to be in good form. A couple of goals for Denis Cheryshev. Away to Kazakhstan. Good break here from the skipper. Andrew Robertson crosses it in. The other skipper clears it. It comes out as far as Armstrong. Robertson can collect it again. Now into the Peter Fraser. He'll step over. His cross has come off the defender who had no idea where it had gone. It had dropped behind for a corner.
Yeah, it's been good. We've got willing runners getting into the box whenever they can. Again, Robertson there, good ball. Every time I think the ball can go into the box a lot quicker. I think it came back to Armstrong there and he puts his foot on it. Put it back in the box, that's the question.
Armstrong is right in front of the goalkeeper. McLean is in there waiting again. It was a corner taken short that undid San Marino in the early part of the game. This one is swung to the edge of the area where O'Donnell is waiting. He has time to take a text. Actually, he didn't have as much time as he wanted to take, and it was well blocked by one of the Golinucci brothers, Alessandro. Family affair, this San Marino team. And Scotland just win the ball back again. We saw a possession stat. It must be 95-5. San Marino barely had a touch. They've had the ball up the other end of the pitch once.
Yeah, with as much as we've seen the ball, I think we've got into the box 3 times. You know, that's 15 minutes in. I'm expecting more, John. You know, I think can we get down the sides a little bit? You know, Ryan Fraser's causing a lot of problems. I've got to say, on this right-hand side, if it's Johnny Russell, we're not seeing the same fluency there.
No, he's barely influenced the game at all. He just about got involved then, but it was taken away. Nice little bit of skill actually by Adolfo Hirsch, the 33-year-old, but Scotland just win it back. And then it's a careless pass this time by McGregor in the midfield. And we'll see whether San Marino got what it takes to break. They're not breaking with the same purpose and pace that we saw from Kazakhstan the other day. And O'Donnell can intercept the long ball and he's gone back towards his own goal. A bit of skill, and he gives Scott Bain, the Celtic goalkeeper, a chance to have a touch or two.
Yeah, good defending. You know, I think that's what you expect from him. O'Donnell, composed, knows that he's got the better of his man, not complacent with it. But yeah, Scott Bain giving it back. And again, that's good. That's what I want. You know, Ryan Fraser coming out from wide and that cutting pass from McGregor as well. He's got the quality to play it. Can we see more of that?
Clumsy challenge by Chervoli. Slap bang in the middle of the San Marino half. A bit too far to shoot. Not a perfect angle for the free kick to be crossed in. Johnny Russell is over it with his left foot. Just trying to see. It's Kenny McLean, I think we're with him. They're forming a wall. And the goalkeeper is
definitely too far to have a shot there. I think Johnny Russell's having a good look at it though.
And they roll it short to McLean instead. There's no one wide left.
Free kick to before that, John.
Made a real mess of that, didn't they? Because he looked left as if that was the plan and there's nobody there. So Russell can take it on again. Now there's loads of room on the right side for O'Donnell, and he lofts across towards the back post. I think it was a San Marino defender who got it away, and it comes out to Fraser. He dinks into the penalty area. He tries to whip it in, blocked away by the first defender. Scotland recover the loose ball again. It could go in quickly. Now it does. And again it's clear by Chervoli, the young man. Big man at the back for San Marino. But the ball is cleared forward. San Marino can't get hold of it. Scotland come again. And into the penalty area. Now it does go early and long.
It's not good enough, you know. That's 4 attempts, 4 in wide areas 4 times, and 4 poor balls going in. You know, the first one was a lofty cross to the back that was easily defended. Ryan Fraser then gets it at the back, and for me he's going for a goal there. That's not a cross. It gets blocked well, but it's just, can we just beat the first man with the cross? Whip it across, beat the first man with pace.
Here's Robertson, the skipper, the Liverpool man with a big pedigree. They've got their Premier League players, or most of them, available and in the team today. A little scoop over the top was the attempt from one of those Premier League players. Fraser wasn't a good one though. Bates of Hamburg can collect it and find Callum McGregor, the deepest of the Scotland midfield players. And Scotland is a very half-hearted press by Vitaoli, the number 7, the centre forward for San Marino. And they do play around him. Armstrong And then Robertson cuts it back out again, to the frustration of Chris
Yeah, well, Ryan Fraser's run past him, great run. He started the move, he's passed it in, it's good hold up play, and he's bust his neck to get past Andy Robertson, so play him in. He's got the better of the right back.
It's a bit cautious from McLeish's Scotland, but they've been presented the ball again. Get wrapped from San Marino, and this time it's McGregor who plays safety first. They go back out again, recycle it around to the far side, to the left side, Robertson, and if the cross comes into the penalty area, just over the head of Patterson. They did open up San Marino that time.
Yeah, and I've got to say Armstrong again reacts rather than anticipate it coming in, but again McGregor's going back to Bates, where he can actually play the ball to McLean himself. It opens up, take the risk. You know, it moves San Marino around a little bit more. If you pass it back, you've not done nothing, you've not affected them in any way, they just step up. If you pass it into McLean, then they've got to shuffle across. You've got to work them. They're just sitting there very compact, they're organised at the minute, but they're not breathing, we're not working them hard enough, John.
And there's no fear in this performance. If you look at what San Marino have got up front, it's not like you're up against a team that's got a couple of quick guys up front and you're worried about leaving gaps and you want to retain possession to be careful. No need to be careful.
Well, it's important not to get sucked into the whole safety thing. Oh, it's nice, we've seen a lot of the ball. Can we do something with it? Can we put crosses in? We've got bodies running runners and breaking their neck to get in the box, so let's give them the service.
Ryan Fraser, he slips it towards the byline for his captain Robertson, who does wrap his boot around, and O'Donnell comes in, and the whistle goes.
I think it was out, ball went out, I think, maybe. Hand on back as well, I think, there from...
Yeah, a little push, wasn't it, by O'Donnell? Not much of a push.
Yeah, it's a free kick, John. It doesn't matter, the defenders got there first. Can O'Donnell arrive at the right time? You know, he sees the ball coming in, it is lofted up. Come and attack, hit the ball at its highest point.
Alex McLeish sitting down on the dugout near the running track. Played in 3 World Cups for Scotland in richer times in terms of playing talent for Scotland. There's been a lot of debate, obviously sparked off by the calamity of Kazakhstan on Thursday, but where Scotland need to get better. A long, high ball smashed forward towards Patterson, and he's headed down. It's a good ball, and Russell and Armstrong, and a really good save. Back again to Armstrong, and it's deflected.
2 great saves.
Deflected behind. Excellent work by the goalkeeper. That was close. That was better.
That was better. You know what? I don't mind it. It shows you that they've got the option. McGregor goes up. Patterson wins the header. Great support run as well from Johnny Russell, and it's a fantastically weighted ball in the path of Armstrong. But again, same as the other day, he goes with laces. But I think just go power. The second one, it's a great save. He's done everything right, Armstrong there. He's stretching. Fantastic save from the keeper, but that should be 2-0.
It was tremendous work, actually, wasn't it, by the keeper? In comes the corner, hit the back of the defender, and now it's just lashed away. They're just happy to whack it out of play. And there's a ball boy, probably not doing San Marino many favours. He very quickly throws it back, and Scotland get on the attack again with McKenna. Still a bit cautious though from Scotland. When they turn the screw, they can easily cut through this San Marino side. Now they check back out again to the left back. Robertson has seen so much of the ball. In it goes towards Johnny Russell, takes a touch or two, is back to goal. And he comes back out again to Robertson, and smashes it into the defender. But it always comes to a Scotland player, someone in yellow for Scotland.
Definitely good picking up second balls, but again taking a safety option there. I think it's David Bates again. Can he go to Andy Robertson straight away rather than pass it back?
Armstrong tries to squeeze a cross in. It comes off the knees of the defender right by the byline. Yet another corner for Scotland. More pressure for Scotland, who lead 1-0.
Again, Armstrong again, finding himself in the box. You know, he does it very well. You know, makes that third man run. He's always in there supporting the striker, getting close. But I just think we can turn the screw a little bit more, John. You know, like put the pressure really on them. You know, that first pass, it puts them on their back foot straight away. If we pass it back, then they're allowed to get up and they can get organised again.
Here's the corner, swung into the penalty area again. Once again, it's a San Marino player. More or less just hits and drops away. It's not headed away with any power. Robertson can whack it back in. It's just over the head of Scott McKenna. And San Marino, if they're wise, will just take a little bit of time here and have a breather. Just looking at the replay of the save, it was the second save from Benedettini was superb from Armstrong.
Yeah, I'll be disappointed with the first one though. He's got the full goal, keeper's done very well, making an angle small, he's come out, but again, you hit that either side, that's a goal for me.
Halfway through the first half now, San Marino 0, Scotland 1. They've won all of their games against San Marino. Franco Barella is their coach. He used to be the number 2 to Arrigo Sacchi back in the 90s as the Italy national team. Played at Euro 96. Callum Patterson just chasing a back pass all the way back to Benedettini. Robertson easily wins it and the goalkeeper kicks it long, and Armstrong bursts forward, but halfway inside the San Marino half here. Scotland in possession. Fraser to the edge of the penalty area and he's clipped right outside. He's inside now, clipped from behind by Mularoni. I think it's just about right, Chris.
I think so, yeah. I think better play as well. Fraser, his sharpness, his awareness there. Just he never even touched the ball. He just rolled and turned. A little bit naughty, came down the back of him there. But yeah, better play. I can force the pass. Armstrong playing himself out wide, but he's looking forward. As soon as you see that pass on, you've got to play it. I think McGregor takes too many touches sometimes. He's got the quality and the ability to see it and make the pass straight away, but we've just got to turn the screw a little bit on them.
There are 5 pale blue shirts in the wall for San Marino. 6th now. No Scotland player. That's the rule for next year. It's not the rule now. You're not allowed to put attackers in the wall from next year. Now then, is it going to be the little man Ryan Fraser? Shoots a right footer, you would think. He tries to curl it, but he curls it up and over, and it's landed on the running track. There are trees around the stadium. It's not a typical international football stadium.
Yeah, it's one of them. He's far too close to try and get that up and down. You know, I think Ronaldo's done the warm up and where you hit the ball and the valve, so it dips. He's right on the 18-yard line there, John. It's way too close to get it up and down quick enough. He's got to just bend that one round with a little bit of quality and try and just kind of put it right in the top bin.
Ronaldo would have hit the wall in that situation.
It went through the wall and
we fell out before the game, listener, by the way, arguing about footballers. Anyway, here comes Scotland. They'd love a Ronaldo or a Messi. And they're on the attack over on the far side, and Battistini clears it, but they just can't retain possession at all. San Marino, it is attack versus defence. It's just how quick and skillful and incisive Scotland can be. And a poor touch actually by Stephen O'Donnell does get San Marino on the attack. And it was a dive, that wasn't it, by the San Marino player. Very spectacular ball to the ground by Adolfo Hirsch. It's just a throw.
Yeah, Stephen O'Donnell as well. He's just one of them. He just took a big touch. He's gave a little feint. He's beat his man, but to be fair, San Marino, they did actually press pretty well there. But I've got to say he's been very steady. O'Donnell for me.
And then a miscontrol by Hirsch. He tried to trap it. He span it back into himself and out for a throw. They're out of Sultan behind the goal over to the left, or behind where Scott Bain is. That's the end with the trees. There are loads of Scotland fans here. It's a good one to come to, isn't it? You would expect to win. It's quite close to Rimini, and it's very preferable to Kazakhstan. The 650 who went to Kazakhstan deserve some kind of medal. It was a marathon journey. Scotland, in fact, left Kazakhstan immediately after the game. Same day, with the time difference, obviously, they were in Italy. So and then obviously a little bit of sun on their back from the freezing temperatures in Central Asia to the warmth, the Italian sunshine. Quite a contrast. It's better but not great so far. Armstrong chasing a long ball. Defender gets there ahead of him. It's another corner for Scotland.
Again, better from Armstrong. He's stretching it really. Callum Patterson is a great outlet, but with the likes of Johnny Russell, Ryan Fraser and Armstrong getting as close as he can more often than not, it's been good. But again, we need to see more of it. Can we pass it forward more often? Come on in.
Swung into the penalty area. Scotland leading by a goal to nil. Benedettini, the goalkeeper, punches to fist it away. And then the skipper, Simoncini, wins the header as it comes back in. And then he leans into Stuart Armstrong. It's rubbish defending, isn't it?
I'm expecting to see a card at least here. You know, there was no intent for the ball whatsoever. And it's a pro, but that's a yellow card. No matter. I don't see anything. Has he received anything? Like just a talking to?
Free kick. He just basically leaned in. Armstrong was trying to cross it. No attempt to play the ball. He sticks an elbow into his back, knocks him over. Anyway.
Good play from Armstrong again, though. Good awareness.
And it's a free kick. It's right next to the corner flag on the right side. And it's in as the whistle goes again. Two San Marino players go down. One of them is holding his head. The right back, Battistini, is now holding his back. Can't decide what's wrong with him. We'll have a look at the replay.
Yeah, well, it's Johnny Russell. There's just no need for it. You know, like, just movement. You don't have to push your man, keep your hands off. Let's try and be a little bit savvy in there, a little bit football savvy, and I just think we're giving them an easy out. You know, just put a good ball in, attack it well. Johnny Russell, don't be lazy, don't have to push. Just use your feet. He's got great feet.
It's actually almost like Skittles, wasn't it? He pushed one San Marino player into the other. And that's what the referee spotted, the Austrian referee, quite rightly. Oh, O'Donnell taking a little bit of a gamble. So Bates a little short. Bates comes in, makes a challenge though, and it ricochets kindly for Scott McKenna of Aberdeen, highly rated central defender, not so highly rated the other night. No one was highly rated in the write-ups and the aftermath on social media and everything after the game the other night. But this is better. San Marino 0, Scotland 1 on TalkSport 2 in the 29th minute in the Saravale. Just when you enter San Marino. If you want to come without a ticket, apparently it's very easy to watch without a ticket, but the Scotland fans that we can see the other side of the ground have all paid, and they're seeing their side forced back just for the time being. Alessandro Golinucci, one of the brothers, with a burst forward, and they now find Enrico Golinucci, and the left back's got forward. Palazzi, first time I've seen him attacking, and he dips the shoulder, so he got in terms of skill. That was well read by McLean. And now Scotland can attack. Now there's room for them to try and exploit, and it's Russell sprinting, and that's disappointing, isn't it? Poor pass.
Well, it's disappointing. You know, I think Johnny Russell, he's striding, great movement. Ryan Fraser's running across the path. You either play it into the path of him, not behind him, or you give him a shout. You just have a little pop off, give and go. You can't just. It's just sloppiness. So that's the chance. So everyone's actually committed forward for San Marino, so we can actually pick them off.
Bates rolls it forward. No foul on Russell, who looks at the referee, still sitting on the ground looking round at the referee as the game goes on, with San Marino attacking, and it's a dangerous looking ball into the penalty area. Hirsch goes around the goalkeeper and he's put it into the side netting. It's a let off for Scotland,
and it's not a foul on Johnny Russell either. Just make it stick. It's a bad first touch, and it's the exact same as the second goal from Kazakhstan the other day. A great little run in behind, and to be fair, an excellently weighted pass as well. It takes a bit of first touch. We're struggling there, but to be fair to David Bates, he's on the line and he's covered that angle. But that's from a Scotland attack, just sloppy build-up play.
It was Berardi who played the little pass. He's one of the pros who plays instead of Chi, the Italian third tier. Well-weighted pass, and it was, Chris, absolutely right. Reminiscent of the other night. Russell plays the ball into the penalty area. The header from the defender isn't good, and then Patterson comes and he gets a header goalwards. I thought the goalkeeper actually could have just picked it up, but instead he's made a diving save, pushed it behind for a corner.
Yeah, Patterson, he's come down there on his ankle as well, but I just think Armstrong can give him a little shout, and rather than go for goal, just help it on, because Armstrong's not marked at all.
Strange bit of play, wasn't it? Patterson got up and headed it down to the ground. I thought a step or two from the keeper and he would have been making an easy save.
It's a sore one as well, that is. It's a sore one, Patterson's left ankle. Just looking at that on the monitor as well there, John.
Well, Cardiff City won't be happy. There's a kind of irony to it, of course, because they didn't want him to play in Kazakhstan for fear about an injury, and he's playing on the grass in San Marino, and the medics are on and they're asking him the questions. He's got 4 goals this season for the Welsh club in the relegation battle in the English Premier League. A terrific leap on his part. He came a long way down and landed painfully.
Yeah, it's just jarred, and it's one of those. I've got to say, I do understand why clubs and even players themselves don't want to play on artificial surfaces, John. I was one of those players. I've bone on bone in my left knee from the age of 21 years old, so any surface like that, it does inflame it, your ankles, your back, the whole mechanics of it all. You bounce it, the ball bounces differently yourself. It's just a different feeling on the foot, and it's not great for the body, but the pitches nowadays are much better than what they were.
And he's hobbling behind, hopefully just for a bit more medical treatment. Have a look at his knee as well while he's there. So they carry on with 10, and it's half a dozen corners now for Scotland, who lead by a goal to 0. It's an in-swinger, and the captain clears it well, Simoncini. And then the other captain, Andrew Robertson, Made a poor pass actually, and Scotland on the back foot in the blue shirts of San Marino can spring forward here. Adolfo Hurst 30 yards from goal, and he's made a mess of this, but it falls kindly, and it's a long range shot by the left back Palazzi, quite a long way off target.
Yeah, and we've got to say very, very lucky. At one point there it was 4 against 2, and just a sloppy pass let us off with it. But again, it's not good enough. You know, that's from a Scotland corner. It's just simply not good enough. I think we've got to defend better, use the ball better, and going forward, I think we're taking our foot off the pedal a little bit. The quality in our passing's kind of dropped. The pace of our passing, it's not really got going.
Just look a little leaden-footed Scotland, but Fraser tries to put some pace into that. He cuts it onto his right, puts an in-swinging ball in. O'Donnell and fires it back out to the goal scorer McLean, who slips it in to the feet of Armstrong, edge of the penalty area. Coming back though, now he turns, flipped it towards the back post, and it was Russell who was throwing himself at the ball. Actually, it was Ryan Fraser, wasn't it? No wonder he couldn't get there. Goal kick.
Yeah, I think better from Armstrong there. He did have an option of O'Donnell down the right there, which I think he should play him in, because then he just puts Fraser across. But I think that, I don't mind it, because he sees a picture, he knows his body's in there, and I know when I'm in the box and we've got William Reynolds in the box, you want service coming in at least.
The pipes are sounding around the stadium in San Marino, where Scotland lead by 1-0. Their second Euro qualifier. They are one of the host nations. It's a novel idea, the 2020 Euros spread around 12 different European cities, so you've got lots of opportunities. If you've got a bit of money and you want to do a bit of European travel, you can see some football. And Scotland want to be there. It's a real opportunity with the expanded Euros. It was a bad miss, wasn't it, for the 2016 Euros. Obviously it's a long time to go on about it, but Scotland haven't been at an international tournament since '98, and the bigger Euros did invite in. So the likes of Albania were there, and it was not everyone liked it. Not many people, I don't know anyone who's a fan of the expanded World Cup, I must say, but it opens it up a bit, doesn't it?
It does so, but you didn't want to go on about it, so come on John.
So there we are, it's an opportunity for Scotland, and there is a backup, but we don't want to go on about that either.
No, not at all.
The Nations League, they did well in the Nations League, Scotland.
I think we've got to win well today. I think 1-0 at the minute, okay, we're winning, but I want more. I think that's the message. It's 34 minutes in, 10 minutes into half time. I want another goal before half time, and then we build on that from there. But at the minute, we're not creating enough. I think we're seeing a lot of the ball, but it's evened out a little bit. San Marino's getting a little bit more of the ball. They'll come up the pitch a little bit more. I think there's going to be making a change here as well. I think Patterson must be struggling a little bit.
It's a throw, meanwhile, to San Marino. They had a player down as well, but they are actually in Scotland's half for the time being, which is an improvement on what we've seen from them for much of it. About to see Mark McNulty, I think, who's changed to number 23 from 19 the other night. Free kick of Robertson down on the ground. Let's have a look at this on the rip. The player, to be fair, who loses his balance, Berardi, and he clatters into Robertson.
And I don't even know if that was a card. That's a yellow card for me as well, John. I think the refs must have left it in the dressing room.
Yeah, no yellow card so far. 1-0 to Scotland. It came very early. That was good. Sort of settled the nerves, we thought, but in fact it might have settled Scotland too much, because they haven't been as good since. They started really well. Good pace.
Got to just up it. Got to just really we can lift it a lot all over the pitch. Everyone. And I think Armstrong's been excellent. He's getting in the box. William Reynolds, when he gets set, he knows, put the ball in the box in the danger area. Too many opportunities were turning down to put it in that box.
Robertson just inside San Marino's half, puts his foot on it, slows it down, goes back to McGregor inside the centre circle. Now it's put with a little bit of zip towards Russell. He takes a touch or two, comes back. If you want to play this passing football, you need the technique to be able to do it quickly. Foul as Russell has his heels clipped, and I think you might be right, because there's no card again.
Well, that's a yellow card as well for me, John. And I think the referee, he's talking to him, and he's
just seen the replay. That's
shocking.
He wrapped him across. No attempt to play the ball, just whacked him across the shins. So McNulty is on. So that's bad news for Cardiff. They won't like that, and for Scotland as well. Callum Patterson off. Mark McNulty of Hibs is on. The second cap scored a few goals recently for Hibs.
Yeah, he's on good form as well, and he gives a different option. You know, a little bit busier, but he needs a service.
Free kick then taken by McLean for Scotland. The header back across. He was looking for Bates, who was waiting in the middle. Didn't get far enough. San Marino just smashed it away and up the pitch where O'Donnell gets it. For a second I thought he was going to go back from the halfway line to the goalkeeper. Thankfully he didn't. But Robertson's ball has smashed into the defender who was closing him down.
Well, look how many Scotland players are in their own half.
Well, 6.
You don't need that.
Yeah. But now they're not. Now they're coming forward. Robertson, he plays the backwards ball again to Patterson. No, to McGregor, who plays it back, and O'Donnell over on the right side, a full-back, exchanges passes with Russell. Now he plays a negative ball as well. This is a little frustrating. 38
safety. It's safety, John. It's not good enough. It's a safety option first. You know, we need to take risk. We need to play the ball forward. We've got options on. Take it on.
There's only one real forward player in this lineup.
Great touch. Come on in.
Armstrong turns on the edge of the penalty area, and again they're closed down quickly when they get into that area. San Marino's sitting deep, and they're perfectly happy to let Scotland have it a long way from goal. McLean runs past one player. Got to beat this heavy massed defence somehow. Fraser now scurrying down the left side, crossing with his left foot this time. So many times he just cut back onto his right. Convinced about him playing down that left side, I must say. Here's Berardi. As San Marino tried to get up the pitch, they get a throw in out of it just inside their own half.
Again, Fraser, he's got the better of his man. I think it's a great ball, and I think Johnny Russell again just stuck in his heels, waiting to see how it plays out. Make the decision. You know, I think as a player, the wide man, he gets his head up. Fraser does that, and he make his mind up. Johnny Russell can step 2 metres forward, and he's coming onto that with his left foot. That's perfect for me. Just movement in the box, John.
39 minutes played. San Marino 0, Scotland 1 on TalkSport 2. Scotland in yellow.
Better.
And they're moving the ball faster now. Russell comes centrally, 35 yards from goal.
Too many touches, John. Johnny Russell there, he's got his back, but he can turn inside.
Robertson, oh dear. That's a badly misjudged cross. Delivered from a difficult area, and we see Mark McNulty applauding the cross.
I don't know why he's applauding it. It's a shocking cross, but again, he's in there. Mark McNulty's a different player. He needs a service, and it was better play. Callum McGregor plays a fantastic ball into Johnny Russell. Great first touch, but then he's got the ability to actually turn and face his man up and go direct, rather than take it through 2 players coming onto him and then to pass it back. We're slowing it down. We're playing into their hands. They're just sitting. They're compact. They're organised. We have to move them around to make that space in behind them, to make that space in between them. We're not doing it good enough, John.
McNulty found out about his call to the Scotland national team on Twitter. Didn't happen in the past, did it? Scotland have won the ball back again easily and hoiked forward by O'Donnell, the header back to the goalkeeper. Wasn't quite the plan, I don't think, from the right back Battistini, but it comes through to Benedettini for San Marino.
Again, it's McNulty. It's a different outlet. You know, I think with Callum Patterson up there, yeah, he can go with that, but McNulty, there's so much space there that it can play it into his feet, into his chest. And that we've got the quality that can play that. You know, I think I'm a bit disappointed that O'Donnell went for the big one in behind there.
Cyprus beat San Marino 5-0 the other night, by the way. And in the same group, Belgium beat Russia 3-1. A couple of goals for Eden Hazard. That's they're expected to be the top 2, I suppose you'd say, Belgium and Russia. Scotland would fancy having some say in that. So far, not so good though, although they are leading here by 1-0. Ryan Fraser has the ball, and he plays it behind Andrew Robertson, who looks to the heavens.
It's a good run by Andy Robertson, but the pass isn't on. So Fraser, what he's shown all half, run at your man, take him on. He's got the better in 1v1. Then create your own space. There's bodies in the box as well.
78% possession, we are told, for Scotland against San Marino. I'd have said even higher, to be honest with you. San Marino in their own penalty area, and it's just they literally just hoof it anywhere when it's in their own penalty area. They're not League 2.
You're saying that they're just hoofing it anywhere, but we're not doing anything with it. We're winning every second ball, but again we're slowing it right down again. If they're under pressure that they're just hoofing it anywhere, defending for their lives, then we put them under the cosh. We get the ball down and we go straight at them again.
So Scotland have dominated. They've won the ball back. They've got to within, well, certainly into the final third, and then they haven't had the penetration, and it simply hasn't happened quick enough. It's been the theme of the first half. It's been banging your head against a brick wall, truth be told. San Marino attack with a high ball, and the offside flag goes up. There we are, something to go home with, isn't it? They've been flagged offside, I think, for the first time. San Marino in this game. FIFA's lowest ranked team, remember. So the worst team in Europe, worst team anywhere, of course, you would think in international football. So the FIFA rankings say. There's a bit of guesswork going on in those. Scotland in yellow are crossing the halfway line. The goal scorer, the only goal scorer in McLean. They work it over to Andy Robertson down the left side. Fraser gives it back with a first time touch. It comes back again to McLean. He stands still, literally standing still. And San Marino have everybody back behind the ball. By the way, assume that San Marino have got everybody back behind the ball unless I say otherwise. And Scotland get down to walking pace again, and literally the ball stopped dead. And listen to this, they're booing because they're finding it frustrating. And now they try and inject a little bit of pace to it. It's fizzed out towards O'Donnell on this right side in front of where the commentary positions are. McGregor, he's probably played more backwards passes than anybody. And they go back to the central defenders.
There's no pressure on them though, John. That's the thing. We hear the fans booing because we've got the better of them.
Well, here comes Fraser. This is better, and he's overhit his cross. Dear me, I'm afraid they did put some energy into that, and then Fraser got his delivery horribly wrong.
Yeah, great run from Fraser. Better pass, weighted pass as well. But we have to be more clinical. We've got to be ruthless. Get on the front foot, pass forward. We're better than them. We're better than them all over the pitch. But at the minute, we're slowing it down. We're playing the easy game, the possession game, not creating anything.
And they're blowing hard, San Marino as well. I just saw on the TV screen Vitaoli, the centre forward, blowing hard, blowing like a guy who doesn't play top level football, having to run around. So all the more case for Scotland to move the ball quicker.
John, exactly.
And then you would hope to be able to exploit the fitness gap towards the end of the game. They've got the early goal, Scotland. That's all they've got to their name so far. Scott Bain gets a rare touch, the goalkeeper, winning his third cap. It would seem to be Scotland's number one now. With the retirement of McGregor, they've gone backwards again. It's very frustrating, isn't it? I know there are a few teams around in European football who do this, who play this way, where it seems like they've broken through the line and then they turn around and go back again. I don't know why.
It's just a safety option, you know. I'm liking O'Donnell, but again, McGregor's finding himself in some great positions, and we've got to just play the ball to him. Doesn't matter if the man's tight. More often than not, he's free, but we choose to take that easier pass and go back and start all over again.
Russell is stopped on the edge of the penalty area. Good work by the referee, actually. He just waited a second or two to see where it ran, and when Scotland had no further attacking options, he blew his whistle. Free kick, and this is a shooting position.
Yeah, this is perfect for the Ryan Fraser. What he tried, it's up and down. Russell as well he'll fancy this with the left as well.
He'll bring that yellow card out for the second half, potentially. There's 4 big, strong fouls. Gordanucci's down. It wasn't his foul, I don't think, Gordanucci. I don't know why he's down on the ground. 2 minutes to be added on at the end of the first half. The Austrian referee is pacing out his 10 strides, 10 yards, basically. They measure it in metres, but it is 10 yards. Benedettini, the goalkeeper, has made one brilliant save as part of a double save from Armstrong. Other than that, he's come and punched a few.
That's a disappointing thing. You know, I think with the quality that we've got there, we've got some good players there. We've not worked them hard enough with the possession we've had as well, John.
It's Russell with the free kick, and he curls it into the wall. He gets another opportunity, and he hits another blue shirt when it comes back out to him, and McLean goes to Armstrong. In the 46th minute of this first half, still 1-0. They'd love a second before the break. Robertson, though, can't get on the end of that pass from Armstrong. Smashed out of play again. San Marino just smash it out of play whenever they get the opportunity. Just give themselves a few seconds, and Scotland are at them again, but at them with a little lack of quality. Into the second minute of added time at the end of the first half. And McLean goes wide left. Now it's cut inside again to Armstrong. Will he fancy a shot from here? They're brave throwing their bodies in the way of the ball, we must say that for them. Armstrong gets it back again, runs towards the byline, and then he lofts a pass back to his captain Robertson, and he comes back out to the goal scorer McLean. And Scotland are being forced backwards, and now they shift it over to Callum McGregor into the feet of the right back in a winger position. O'Donnell plays a little 1-2 with McNulty, kept it in play, and he swings a decent looking ball in. The defender has played that back towards his goalkeeper, who takes the catch, and it's still 1-0.
Yeah, it's better from O'Donnell there. Good ball in as well, pace, but nobody's in there. You know, I think that was an easy take for the goalkeeper once it came off the thigh of the defender. But again, the tempo's got to be better for me. Second half, I expect it. You know, it's the whistle's going to be going any time now. But second half, I expect us to dominate the match as we have done with the ball, but create more.
And that is the half-time whistle. And listen to that. Boos from these Scotland fans who are dominating in terms of numbers. Their team are dominating in terms of possession, but they only have one goal to show for it. Scored early, a clever glancing header by Kenny McLean, his first international goal, but since then it has been a half of frustration for Scotland, and at the break it is San Marino 0, Scotland just the 1. Thank you, Nat. So 1-0 at half-time to Scotland away to San Marino. It's night time now. We're not far away from the Adriatic coast, but up in the mountains, totally landlocked by Italy. They haven't won a game since 2004. It's their 156th international. They've kept 3 clean sheets. They won't be keeping a clean sheet tonight because of the early goal scored by Kenny McLean. Scotland are in yellow and San Marino in pale blue. And they immediately resume what they did in the first half, get the ball out of play. The amount of times that they just surrender possession back to Scotland has been quite incredible. And the issue has been what the Scots have done with it. And can they, in the second half, show more urgency? They've got Scott Bain in goal. O'Donnell, Bates, McKenna, Robertson is the back 4. And then, I'm afraid it is 5 in midfield, really. Fraser, McLean, McGregor, Armstrong and Johnny Russell. And then Mark McNulty is now up front because Callum Paterson is off injured.
My issue here is if you look at Bates and you look at McKenna, how deep they are. They're allowing, as I say, like McGregor and McLean to actually do what they can do anyway. They can actually step up the pitch, and it forces everyone on. It forces then the likes of McNulty, Johnny Russell, Fraser onto the back 4. And at the minute, they're not Bates. He's coming into it now, but he can do what McGregor's doing anyway. I don't understand it. This is better though.
And they are up the pitch on the right side, and Russell tries to cut inside a defender. It comes off him, goes out for a throw. It's near the corner flag, right hand side, and Stephen O'Donnell, one of the 6 players brought into the starting lineup, will take it. The Kilmarnock right back. Russell comes and offers. Now Armstrong comes as well. And it might just be an opportunity for Kenny McLean, the goal scorer, to put it into the penalty area. He twists and turns, and he finds O'Donnell, and O'Donnell tries to wrestle his way past the defender, and then he fouls the defender. Free kick to San Marino.
Well, I think O'Donnell done well there, but can the ball come in a little bit quicker? You know, he's beat his man, he's got his yard. Can he whip the ball in the box? I'm just saying, when the ball goes out of play, you look at San Marino, they're breathing hard, coming out second half. There's no urgency about getting the ball back into play. And for me, you think, we've got them here. Let's what you say, let's turn that screw a little bit. You know, and we don't do it. We allow them to set up, we allow them to get into position, take a quick throw in. You know, we're technically good players. Get the ball down, put the ball in the box. Don't allow them to have a breather. Don't allow them a minute. Don't give them a second.
Elia Benedettini, the goalkeeper, takes the free kick inside San Marino's penalty area. He kicked it long. It's won by Scotland, and now they have the chance to break down that right side. It's very positive indeed from Armstrong. And he bursts into the box, and then he just ran away from him, and he cuts a frustrated figure. It's a goal kick.
Well, I think he's got every right to look at the referee there as well. He's cut across the front of him. So it is a big touch, but there is pressure. If he falls to ground, the referee's got to blow and give a free kick. But he shouldn't have to fall to ground, John. It's still a free kick. So I think he's got every right to turn around and have a little word there.
As it's a goal kick, San Marino will take their time. They've got no real plan to win a game. San Marino don't have the ability to do so, as we were saying, with their team, because you wouldn't have heard of them, because only 2 of them play professionally, a couple of them in the lower divisions in Italy. They played some pre-season friendlies, if you like, and they were against lower division Italian teams, Serie D teams, so that's the kind of level that you're talking at, which is not league really, because they regionalise it in Italy at that kind of level. So that's where they're at. There is a San Marino team that plays in the Italian league. But and most of these guys are from San Marino. They don't cheat. You can cheat, didn't you, bringing in a load of Italians and stuff, but they don't. They try to win games, and they have got a goal kick. Took a big gamble there, actually. Battistini trying to let that ball run out of play under pressure from Liverpool's Andrew Robertson.
Well, again, Robbo, that's what he does. He tries to lead by example and shows great energy, but
it's not out of play, actually.
That's not out of play, so he's done ever so well. But again, you know what? It's better for him. But we've got to show, even in our press, let's really get after the ball when we get it. We've got the quality in that transition, get it down and play the game they want. They're picking up second balls now. They've got to come out. We've got to pick them off. We can't allow them to play. We've got to press well, be compact, be organised. But when we get it, then can we be expansive? Then can we use the ball well?
Well, San Marino just put 3 or 4 passes together. We haven't seen this many times. Now it's given away. And Robertson course, has played in a Champions League final. Hopefully, from his point of view, might be winning a Premier League title medal this season. The glory days of Scotland producing footballers. There were regulars at the top of the English top division. Teams were dominated, but there were regular contributors from Scotland in the Souness Dalglish days, the Leeds United team in the 70s, full of Scots, the Nottingham Forest team in 78, all of those World Cup squads that Scotland were in, all had big name players, not only from Scottish clubs, but from the big English clubs of the day as well. And the current manager, Alex McLeish, of course, won plenty of caps for Scotland as well, a stalwart central defender for Aberdeen and for Scotland. But not quite the same level, although a much, much better level than they are currently performing at. They did well in the Nations League, let's not forget that. That was very encouraging under Alex McLeish. The last few days, I'm afraid, haven't been. It's slow-paced again. They're in their own half, the yellow shirts of Scotland. And McLean has to go back to O'Donnell. He goes long to McNulty, who chests it down, scoring regularly for Coventry City last season, Mark McNulty. Then he went to Reading, hardly got a game. Now he's back north of the border with Hibs and scoring. Armstrong, 25 yards from goal. But again, when it really matters in that final third, they can't string the passes together. And San Marino counter-attack here. And there was a big gap here, and they can attack down this right side. And Berardi tries to wrestle his way into the penalty. He's still got the ball, Berardi, and he goes over. And the referee, thankfully for Scotland, he's waved it away. And Berardi stays down. And the referee has done Scotland a favour there. And they can counter-attack. Now, can they take advantage of this? We'll just see whether they can finish this with an attempted goal. It's Johnny Russell, and he's travelled a long way without a challenge on him. And now he goes to the left side. He now goes down. And there are boos. I don't know who the boos are for, probably to alert the referee to the injury. Now then, penalty, Chris, or not?
Well, it's one of them. He's got into the box. He's got into the box. Is he looking for it? Is he backing into the player? I think I've got to say, I'm looking at it on the monitor now, and he's looking for it. He's trying to put his leg in between the legs, and it's a lucky one from McKenna. But I think the player's looking for it there, and he's looking straight to the referee. But fair play to the ref. He's in great position, and he's got that one right. I've given him a bit of a hard one there.
It's Filippo Berardi, and he jutted out his right leg towards McKenna's standing legs, and then hit the deck. You could call it clever, call it straightforward cheating, whatever you want, but he didn't get away with it. But the referee hasn't shown a yellow card, has he? I don't think he's shown a yellow card all match, has he? Despite a few agricultural challenges from San Marino. They're attacking again. It's the left back, and he shrugs off a challenge, and he pulls the trigger, and he drags it wide. Mikko Palazzi. It wasn't a very good shot. Good job that San Marino aren't very good at finishing.
Well, I've got to say, Johnny Russell followed him all the way there, and then the last couple of metres just stopped running. And it can't happen like that. We're all in. I think, again, you said that the passing's quite laboured, the tempo of play. But they're actually more in the match. They've got three up top now against us. They've come out and think, you know what, they're allowing us to do this. The respect is completely gone.
Fraser into the feet of McNulty, tries to shoot first time, comes back off the defending. It's decent defending actually this time by San Marino. McLean will pick up the loose ball 30 yards from goal, go to the right side, and O'Donnell has a look, and he wraps his boot around it, and the defender takes it away from the goalkeeper, then scurries back, just make sure that it goes over for another corner for Scotland, who lead by a 1-0 in the 54th minute.
Yeah, again a better ball in from O'Donnell there. Armstrong in the right place again, but I say it's an okay defensive header. He's got there first, but again we've got bodies in the box, McNulty coming round the back and Fraser round the back, so we just need a little bit more quality from those wide areas.
The 7th corner of the game for Alex McLeish's side. They scored from the first of them. They have a mass of players on the edge of the penalty area. That's the delivery like. It's an in-swinger, and the referee spots something. It's almost impossible. I don't know how they ever decide.
Well, it's hands-on, and I don't think we have to. I think they've already shown defensively they're not great, and I think it's McLean. He's climbing on the player. You don't have to climb on the player. Just go and attack the ball. That was actually a decent ball in. There's no need, like Johnny Russell in the first half, putting the hands on, pushing. Just move your feet.
Yeah, because they don't have a dominant defender somewhere. There's no one there who's heading that ball 30 yards.
And the referee's always going to be looking for it as well, John. He's always going to be looking for it.
So if you just keep the pressure on, McLean does get the ball, and he turns and he crosses halfway, and he supplies the left side which is Ryan Fraser. I was about to say left-sided, it's very much not, is he? He's a right footer on the left, and he swings it into the area again. McNulty's battling away. At least they've got an actual centre forward on the pitch now, and he shoots, and he takes a deflection, and the goalkeeper then had to get down and make sure that it was going wide. It's a corner.
Well, I've got to say, much better there. Ryan Fraser gets the ball. He's got two men up. He cuts back onto his right. Great ball in. Johnny Russell's made the perfect run, movement in there. Gets to the ball first, but can't head it on goal. And McNulty's alive to take it touch, and then gets a shot away when that yard appears.
In comes the corner again, and it's won by a Scotland player, and it glances just wide. Is it McKenna who was jumping, I think, in front of Bates and got on the end of that one, and it's a goal kick.
Yeah, again, McKenna's watching that all the way, and it's got to be better. Got to be better. Just better contact. You know, he's tried to skim the ball. With better contact on the ball there, and that's a goal for me. He's asking the question anyway of the keeper.
The referee, there's a little look, I don't know if you agree, of Kenneth Branagh about him, goes and speaks to the San Marino goalkeeper, and I think politely at the moment is saying, hurry up, or I'll have to go back to the dressing room and get the yellow card and show it to you.
Definitely left it. It was looking a bit late to me.
So eventually he will take the goal kick. Benedettini. Scotland are about to make another change, and they made one enforced in the first half. Remember, Callum Patterson started the game. He can play in a number of positions, Patterson. I just had a quick check of social media at half-time. It wasn't a popular team selection from Alex McLeish. There's a San Marino player down as the centre forward, Vikaoli, and Callum McGregor is going on, and Manchester United Scott McTominay I think will be coming on. Hang on. Yeah, slight confusion, but it is. Yeah, Scotland who are making the change. It is McTominay replacing McGregor.
I've got to say, I think McGregor was lucky to start. You know, I think if he wasn't captain in the last game, he would have been one of the players changed. You know, I think again, poor today. Seen a lot of the ball, but they've really done a lot with it. You know, I think it was all nice pass side to side. McTominay, a little bit more of an engine in him. I think he can drive forward. He's a bit more direct, tries to make things happen, got good quality on the ball. So it's an opportunity for him to really he's definitely more. He came on the other night, and yeah, you could see that he was trying to make things happen, but in very little time. Let's see what he could do today.
They worked hard at persuading Scott McTominay to commit to Scotland. He's born in Lancaster, so he could have played for England. Alex McLeish, though, was very keen to get him into the team. He's a Manchester United player, so he's got quality. He's a big man who will, at the moment, sit in the centre of the midfield. And it's Armstrong who picks it up, drives, beats one man, and then cuts back. Now Robertson switches it all the way across to the other full-back on the far side, and a cushion ball backwards. Finds McTominay, his first touch is a good one, and he slips it back again to O'Donnell. It goes across the area, goalkeeper comes and beats it away. Decent keeping. That was a bit more incisive from Scotland that time.
Yeah, definitely much better. You know, I think the ball came back to Bates, and great ball through. O'Donnell again, he just fired it across. I think he's got the quality there. He can get his head up and just cut it back to the penalty spot for, I think it was Johnny Russell that was making the run there.
McTominay takes it does the same job that McGregor's been doing. Actually plays it back to the central defenders, but we'll see whether he can be a little bit more creative on the ball than McGregor was able to be. The movement from Russell, this 14 Kansas City player in the MLS these days, gets close to the byline, cuts back. McTominay tries to play a little 1-2, and he goes to McNulty, edge of the penalty area. Away it goes by Simoncini for San Marino. Scuffs his clearance, doesn't get it far enough away. Such a lack of quality in the San Marino team. Lack of fitness, quality, everything. They could give away a needless corner again. Yeah,
better there. Again, McTominay, I think he's getting on it. He's looking forward first. There is a time to go back. If you look forward and you can't get forward, then that's it. You just keep possession of the ball sideways or back. I understand that, but McGregor wasn't even looking forward.
It's an in-swinger by Fraser. The goalkeeper comes. Good goalkeeper, actually. Two-handed catch.
Yeah, but he's got it on his chest. He's got it on his chest. So I just think, can we go and try and meet that ball at the highest point we can?
And they've made a mistake. San Marino trying to play out from the back. Scotland have won it back quickly. Robertson to Fraser, and he dinks it across into the goalkeeper's arms. That's an easy catch.
I think it's, you know what, it's not a bad ball if there's bodies there that can make that run across the front of the goalkeeper. And I think that's exactly what he's saying. You know, I think he's looking over the bench because he's thinking, well, where's the bodies there?
Yeah, but they just won the ball back, haven't they?
Yeah, they've won the ball back in the right area though, in the final third. So again, he's getting wide. There's an opportunity for him to put the ball across the face of the goal. But the bodies have got to break their neck to get there, John.
And it's with Andrew Robertson. Back in the Scotland team today, wearing the armband again. Kieran Tierney didn't make it, by the way. He's got a hip injury, so he's missed this whole international break. And they missed the pair of them at left back the other night. Don't want to hammer Graham Shinney. He took plenty of that after the game, for his part in the goal. But there was no one played well for Scotland on Thursday. Not a single one of the players involved. A change coming now for San Marino, and it's Nani coming on. So it's a change up front. Nicola Nani in place of Vitaoli, who was the man who was struggling with the knock. Thought about running off, and then he remembered the brief and is now walking off slowly. So Nicola Nani comes on. He's only 18. He plays for Crotone. So he is actually probably he is the highest ranked in terms of who he plays for of the San Marino players. Second division team in Italy. And he'll go and play up front. Very fresh space, just seeing his face on the like 12. Let's hope we don't remember his name after
Exactly.
There's a throw-in for San Marino in their pale blue Coventry City kind of colour shirts. That's won back quickly by Scotland in yellow. And it comes back to Robertson on the halfway line for the Scots. Gaining a little bit of pride is the plan tonight as an hour gone. They're 1-0 up. This is, it's 3 points as it stands. Not good enough though. There'll be more hammering of Alex McLeish, more people calling for his head. He hasn't been there very long. Scotland attack. Fraser clips that ball in, left-footed again, and again it just undercooked a little bit by the little Bournemouth winger. It's cleared. Scotland pick up the second ball. Robertson, left side again, level with the edge of the penalty area. Cuts back. Armstrong's touch is a little heavy, but a ricochet actually takes it forward. And San Marino, yet again, for the 300th time, just smashed the ball out of play. Armstrong gets it and is chased infield. There's just so many blue shirts back, and Scotland don't have the wit to find a way through just yet. Not since the 4th minute anyway.
We're seeing a lot of the ball again, but we're just playing in front. We're not causing any. We're not even moving them around. I've got to say, every time that comes down with Robertson and Fraser, we look like we can create something, but the O'Donnell side, I think his quality can be better with the final pass. And we've not seen that little combination, him and Scott McTominay enough.
There's been no tactical change from McLeish. It's the same. I know he made 6 personnel changes to the lineup, but it's pretty much the shape was more or less the same as the other night. And obviously the injury to Patterson forced the first change, and then the second change that he made was McGregor replaced by McTominay. So just like for like.
Yeah, of course. I think he's kind of probably setting out a formation, but like we spoke about that on Thursday, about that front four, that front five. They can rotate. Like Fraser will come from outside to in, and it's like, yeah, that's part and parcel of football. I think having the likes of McTominay coming off there, like Philip for McGregor, good, both technical, good players. But you've got to be brave enough to play. You've got to be brave enough to play forward when you see that pass.
Strong header by Scott McKenna, and it's clipped forward, and Russell thought about chasing, and it does now, because the goalkeeper was messing around and trying to waste some more seconds, trying to hang on to their glorious 0-1 scoreline. San Marino, McNulty goes and closes down the goalkeeper, who dropped it at his feet, and Benedettini hits it long. Bates wins the header though for Scotland. Much easier night for the two central defenders, although haven't really got involved in Scotland's attacking. And then the ball given away by Andrew Robertson, and San Marino are asking for a free kick. It's just a throw to Scotland. Halfway line, 0-1. The Scots lead. Kenny McLean's first international goal early in the game.
Again, not what to keep her, John. What, it's 63, 64 minutes, and we've not asked that question of him. We've got into some great positions in wide areas, but again, and we've got bodies in the box, but we've not asked the question. We've not tested them. Disappointing.
Yes, that is the word, isn't it, for 63 minutes, or certainly the last hour. Started okay. They still lead, Scotland. They'll have the 3 points. Fraser crosses, and he's attacked by Russell. He didn't get on the end of it, and then McTominay comes in, and he unleashes a shot, but he was a long way out, and he was off balance, and it's well over.
Yeah, well, again, it was on to be taken, but he can take a touch there as well. I think steady himself, come back onto his right, and take that one away. You've got to think McLean's there as well, ready to kind of let one go, and but better play. The ball coming in, good play down that left side.
high degree of difficulty about that shot from McTominay. Well outside of, well, not that far outside the penalty area, but a difficult kind of position. Scotland come again. Stephen O'Donnell just inside his own half. He's there right back, rolls it into the feet of Russell. He's not particularly wise. You can describe him as a winger, the way he's playing. He's the right side of the three nominal front players. I'll say that a 4-5-1 and a 4-3-3 doesn't look much different at times. They've given the ball away. Scotland and San Marino can break. Don't really know what to do with the ball when they get the opportunity to break. He's jogging forward, Berardi, without a challenge on him. He's done well, actually, because he's checked down in his hand Palazzi, the left back, who's on the edge of the penalty area. He's got to step over, and he almost trips over his own feet. But again, San Marino collected, and it's Hirsch. And he's managed to dig across into the penalty area, and Scotland do deal with it easily. They've got no quality, San Marino, and now they're just walking back. Scotland show more urgency, and they can make something of this. And again, hear the boos, can't you, from the Scotland fans who are finding this very frustrating, even though their side continues to lead. They've been in front by a 0-0 for over an hour of this game now.
Yeah, you can hear the boos because the pass is on. We can see it. Fraser's broke his neck to get into a great little hole there. Play the ball forward. Yeah, it's a tight one, but he's got the ability to see it and to play it. Be brave enough to play it. If you play that pass, you're taking 3 San Marino players out the game.
Here's McNulty, and he slips it towards Fraser. Again, as I said, high degree of difficulty a minute ago, similar. It's a very hard pass to get right to Fraser.
Yeah, there's no reason to force it. You know, he's in the box. It's a good first touch. The San Marino player's not came with him. He should have the awareness that he can actually turn himself. He doesn't need to play the little reverse round the corner.
It was a good throw there to take him by McLean, but McNulty just stepped over it, and San Marino break away again with Berardi, and the referee was right on top. It's the referee. No foul by McTominay, but then when he does play the pass with urgency, it does lack the quality. But throw for Scotland. Berardi's down again. He's their main attacker.
Well, I've got to say that one was a free kick. You know, I think the referee's obviously he's gave us one there. McTominay again. He's working ever so hard. He's taking Berardi down there. But again, when we've got the ball, he's got time, and it's just it's a shocking pass forward. The way to pass it straight through. Okay, we get a throw in and the final did from it, but if the player had anything about him, there was no pressure on him at all. He could just turn and clear it.
Angry voices among the Scotland fans. They're over in I was going to say a temporary stand. I think it's always like this ground though, but the uncovered stand on the opposite side from the dignitaries. And it's Scotland flag everywhere and all around the running track, around to the left, in front of the trees. Alex McLeish sits on the bench. His mind must be rattling through the options. Well, you'd hope so anyway, but there's no particular sign of change. We're midway through the second half. San Marino 0, Scotland 1. Standing a bit like a stuck record.
Well, that's the worrying thing. You know, I think, what did I say before half-time? I'm expecting to see a big change. Same personnel go out there, get the ball down, let's press hard. We're fitter than them. But we've not shown that whatsoever. San Marino are actually growing into the match. They've brought on some players that can actually go on the ball and run with it. They actually believe that they can go and get something out of this match the way that they're playing.
Scotland have the ball. They're in their own left-back position for the time being, though. The goal scorer, Kenny McLean, rolls it into his own penalty area, and Bates comes away. San Marino jogging back into position. Not the fittest. They don't have a lot of quality. Scotland are only one goal better than them with 68 minutes played, and the bagpipes are sounding. They'll have a good night out in Rimini tonight, these Scotland fans anyway. The players were staying there as well on the Adriatic coast of Italy, not far away. Italy were in action yesterday in these qualifiers. They got off to a winning start. San Marino lost their first game 5-0 against Cyprus, we should remind you. Scotland lost to Kazakhstan, you know that, but the Kazakhstan then were hammered today by Russia earlier by 4-0. A couple of goals by Denis Cheryshev, who seems to come alive in international football. Scotland cross halfway with McTominay and then go to the right side where Stephen O'Donnell's seen lots of touches of the ball. And McTominay switches it over to the left side now, to the other fullback, Andrew Robertson, who takes a touch, dances inside. Fraser more central curls the ball towards Russell just inside the penalty area, and then it's a careless offside, isn't it? It's the right back, O'Donnell, who's offside.
Yeah, well, it's offside from the... To be fair, he's not offside from the Fraser ball, and the Johnny Russell header comes backwards. So he shouldn't really... I'm looking at it now. He's definitely not offside from the Fraser ball. Yeah, I'm looking at it across the line now. The ball comes back, so he's not offside. So that's a bit of a shambles of a... I don't know where he's got that decision from there.
James Forrest will be coming on as the final change. Soon. He's all ready for action, dancing away on the touchline. One of the players dropped. He banged in the goals in the autumn internationals. Suddenly finished with a flurry as Scotland did well. Got 5 goals in a week, having not scored in international football before that. But there was no sentiment in him being dropped by Alex McLeish ahead of this game.
Yeah, I thought he was poor the other day, in all honesty. A player he is in good form. But again, perfect. I'm surprised he's not come on a little bit earlier. That'd be one of them. I'd give him 45 minutes today. He's very direct, pace. He can put the ball in the back of the net. So it's 20 minutes. He's still got enough time to make a positive impact. Let's hopefully he takes that opportunity.
Slight switch around because it's Armstrong who's going off, the Southampton man.
I'll tell you why Armstrong's coming off. He done that little flick, and I could hear Alex McLeish from here. They're disgusting it. We're 1-0 up against San Marino, and he's doing little flicks. There's no time for it. So that's why Armstrong's come off.
And Robertson has possession as Scotland break again. Russell's over to the left side and he cuts it back, and a chance for Fraser, and it's blocked by the captain Simoncini. Well, they opened them up that time. They've done it a few times, not enough, and then McTominay lunges into a challenge, gives a free kick away.
Sloppy foul, but better, as I say, getting into that final third and actually picking someone out. He actually looks at Johnny Russell, actually looks for Fraser, sees that it's on, and he's done everything right. Hit target, good block by the defender.
Hirsch, the player, fouled by McTominay. He was the one who hit the ball into the side netting. San Marino's half chance in this game. McLeish is up and shouting. He's in the technical area, just explaining the reorganisation. I think it's Johnny Russell's just gone right behind McNulty. Not 2 strikers up front though. Heaven forbid that a manager will play 2 up front these days.
Yeah, but I think he's talking to the back 4 there, John. I think they've got to step up there. They're showing far too much respect, dropping off, and it's making it difficult. It's allowing the San Marino players to find those little holes as well. So we've got to tighten up. The higher line they play, it's more difficult. It makes it easier for us. Then when we get it down and we're in good possession of the ball, that's then when we can be a little bit more expansive.
And there's no pace up front for San Marino, so there's nothing to worry about, is there?
Exactly.
Bates and McKenna.
But look, they're picking up second balls now because we're dropping so deep.
And San Marino get the ball up towards Nani on the edge of the penalty area, and now Baradi. They've worked this quite nicely, haven't they? And the right back gets forward, Battistini. His cross is won in the air by McKenna, and it falls edge of the penalty area, and it's the left back, Palazzi. A little bit of pressure here for San Marino, and Hirsch. Scotland are now surrounding him and doesn't know what to do. He's managed to jump through a challenge, and Scotland just can't get hold of the ball at the moment. San Marino enjoying themselves, and then a real lack of quality, just smashed the ball aimlessly, and it goes long, and Scotland now might be able to exploit the gap at the other end, and McNulty with a chance, he lets it run through, and Russell surely, yes, Scotland lead by 2-0. And when San Marino finally attacked, they left the gaps, and Scotland were able to exploit it. They were able finally to put the minnows to the sword, and Scotland lead by 2-0.
Yeah, it was better. James Forrest, good ball across. McNulty leaves it, and to be fair, I thought the chance was going to go wanting, but Johnny Russell composed, took it round the keeper, and just went with power. Goal, I wouldn't say deserved, but like you say, we'll take everything I can get.
And a first international goal as well for Johnny Russell in his 10th game, having made his debut in 2014. So this is Scotland's scoreline in San Marino. Every time they've won by 2-0. Can they go one better? They're attacking positively again, having won the ball back quickly. Russell's header, Simoncini's header is poor, drops to the edge of the penalty area, but then McNulty just ran away from him. And San Marino, well, they might learn their lesson about attacking. They committed players forward really in numbers for the first time, and a terrible pass, and that lack of quality was evident again. They're not a very good team. They're bottom of the world rankings for a reason, San Marino. They are a rank pad team, but 2-0 gets Scotland the points. I don't think that's ever been in doubt though, has it, that they would pick up the points. Still got a negative goal difference and 3 points from 2 games. It looked like an easy start, although that game against Kazakhstan, they might look back on that and think, no, it's just an awkward logistical one to kick a group off with. But anyway, no more excuses. Here come Scotland again down that right side, and it's Forrest, and then O'Donnell lifts it in. Goalkeeper, easy.
Yeah, shocking. No, it's one of them. At least the ball's coming in the box, but he's got more quality than that, O'Donnell. You know, it's when you've got the likes of Russell, Fraser, you know, they need the ball whipped. You know, he's making it easy for the keeper to come out and just claim that. He even had time there to stop the ball. He doesn't have to take it first time, O'Donnell. Better from James Forrest though. He's getting on it. He's an outlet. He's showing great pace, good movement as well. I'm thinking he's got the better of his man. So take him on. You're in the box there. Take him on. Get pace up and see what we can create.
San Marino 0, Scotland 2. 75 minutes gone on TalkSport 2. It's Holland-Germany later with Gary Taphouse and David Connolly. Scotland are attacking again, a gap through the middle, and then a poor pass played in the end. Fraser looks disgusted. He was the man who was running onto it, who could have been played in. He said Scott Bain has a touch, a rare touch for Scotland's keeper. And number 1, he'll be hoping to have a long spell as the number 1. He's 27. Had a resurgence in his career in the last few months as he's managed to wrestle the Celtic number 1 position, and Scotland has followed after McGregor's retirement. Nice play by McTominay down the right side, and Forrest clips it in. McNulty, he's missed it. Centre of the goal, 6 yards out. The goal was gaping, and he caught up and he placed the header wide.
Yeah, I've got to say Forrest again, picks his man out, you see it. Head up, great ball in as well, beats the first man. That McNaught will be devastated there. It's one of those, you know, he's got to hit the target, done everything right, seen the ball all the way, good contact with the ball, but just hit the target, it's a goal.
Change coming for San Marino. It's Hirsch who is going off for Grandoni. Wasn't very happy about it. He was the one who had the half chance, the 33-year-old. So Grandoni replacing him. He made it a more difficult chance than it needed to be. McNulty there, didn't he? He trying to get a lot of action on it when he's dead central in the goal. I suppose he's probably thinking, I've just got to miss the goalkeeper, hasn't he? That's the thing in his mind, the reason for the miss. Still a missed opportunity.
Yeah, it is, and that's when we've got to be clinical. You know, I think goals matter. We said there what Cyprus done to them the other day, and I just think that's what I expect to see. You know, I think 4 or 5 goals, even a good one, it doesn't make us forget about Thursday. But 2-0 in San Marino, lowest ranked team in the world, it's not good enough. You know, I think even the fans have shown their disappointment today with how they've reacted.
Robertson's attacking. He's got lots of room down this left side. He plays a low ball in. First defender clears it, Battistini. And now it's collected for Scotland by Kenny McLean. Cleared away again by Battistini, the right back. And again the ball boys very quickly supplying Scotland with the ball, which suits them. The ball boys want Scotland to show more urgency. McLean, and slightly heavy touch by McNulty. Robertson to Fraser. Left side, halfway inside San Marino's half. And now it goes central again. Bates actually joined in into the midfield there. The forward pass is deflected towards McNulty, the Hibs striker, who gets to the byline and cuts it back. It's a little unlucky out of play. One of those close ones. Goal kick. 78 played.
McNulty's having a good look at the linesman there as well, so I'll wait to see that one in the monitor as well. He's got a couple of those ones wrong. The football's got to be out, all the ball's got to be out. But no, it's been better. Again, James Forrest, he's so direct. The quality of his final passes can be very good at times, but we've just not been clinical enough today. I wanted to see a lot of goals. We've seen a lot of the ball, but not creating much. A win isn't enough. I wanted to see a performance as well, and it's not been of great tempo.
But it is a lead for Scotland with 11 minutes to play, plus a little bit of added time. On TalkSport 2, San Marino 0, Scotland 2. Scott McTominay of Manchester United on the subs bench. And they work it to Liverpool's Andrew Robertson, the Scotland captain, back in their team today. And McLean, who got the first goal a long time ago, to McTominay and across to Stephen O'Donnell. And McTominay seen plenty of the ball since coming on. He has been a little bit more progressive, I suppose you'd say, than Callum McGregor.
Yeah, well, it would be hard, to be honest, but John, I will say he has made a difference. He's seen that ball, but he's got more options as well going forward. Forrest has come on, he's always wanting the ball, he's making those runs, and that makes it easier. What I will say, that there was a lot of players that did face up to Callum McGregor. He never took the pass on, and he chose to go back, and that's what I'm disappointed in.
San Marino struggling to clear their lines at the moment. Grandoni, who came on, has won a throw-in for them. Hit again against the nearest Scotland player. They've used two changes and they're struggling. David Simoncini, the captain, he's gone down now. He's using Mark McNulty just to help him stretch off a little bit. And he's going to struggle to see the game out. At the other end of the pitch, Scott Bain is also just doing a few exercises. Underuse will be his problem, because he hasn't had much to do at all this evening. There's a long list of players who are missing for Scotland, not as bad as it was on Thursday night. In June, they're back in action at Hampden against Cyprus. Now, you'd say much, but Cyprus were much more efficient against San Marino than Scotland have been. And then it's Belgium in Brussels, which is obviously the tough. That's the one you think, but anything from that is a boost.
Well, that's the whole point. I think when Alex McLeish first looks at the whole setup and how the games are coming along, you think, okay, from these first two, it's a great start, 6 points, and you look at those Belgium, can we steal something there? And like I said before, I think we need Belgium to run away with the group, and can we then take something from one of those games, and let's see if Russia slip up. But like you say, Russia started, well, as I say, obviously against Belgium, they've never done great, but they've done the job today.
Yeah, big win for Russia away to Kazakhstan. But McTominay has the ball, now he's given it to O'Donnell, and Forrest with a little swerve of the hips, and he's into the penalty area, tries to get a cross in. It's good determined defending by Palazzi, and they go wide right. It's big McTominay again, big strapping man in the midfield. Barely a man, it's a youngster from Manchester United, is Andrew Robertson of Liverpool, forced back out again. Everybody behind the ball again for San Marino, just in case you were wondering. 8 minutes of the 90 remaining. Scotland 2 up, booze because of a negative pass. The fans are making their views very clear. They want Scotland to be on the front foot against 10 men of San Marino, we should say, at the moment as well. The captain is still off having some treatment on the near touchline, but McTominay tries a difficult pass this time. Inventive.
He is trying
back through the middle.
I've got to say, the whole tempo, the passing is definitely up. You can see San Marino struggling with that. So that's what I expect to see from the first minute, John. And then you know what? They are struggling, and then they are breathing. We haven't worked them nowhere near hard enough. Too many stands on the ball. But I've got to say, McTominay's come on and he's made a positive impact. James Forrest has come on and made a positive impact. McNulty, he's come on, and you know what? He has made an impact. A few little decisions he's got wrong, but you know that's part and parcel of it. He should have a goal to his name as well.
And Scotland attack again with Forrest through the middle. He is down on the seat of his pants, and the referee showing him no sympathy as San Marino look to break away. And Gordinucci and Berardi, but Scotland win it back again, and Robertson has it, and he gets his head down and he sprints towards halfway. It's good work, and then it's an ambitious ball over the top, and it's a fabulous ball. McNulty over the keeper, and it's just gone wide. It's claiming there was a touch there. He claims in vain.
Oh, again, fantastic ball, great run, good touch. He'll be disappointed. I think it's a great save by the goalkeeper as well. He's just lifted it over, good hands to it, and that's enough to put it over the bar. But McNulty, the form that he's shown for club, he should be putting that in the back of the net. That's 4-0, reads much better result, doesn't it?
Yeah, it is a corner. It was a good save. Fingertips from Benedettini. Scotland have taken the corner quickly. McLean, and it goes back to Fraser, scuffs it in a little bit, but it did bounce past a couple of players in the penalty area. Now it should be cleared, and eventually is for San Marino, but they just can't kick the ball sufficiently as top players, because it just doesn't go very far when they try to clear it. And Scotland trying to build another attack, and a couple of careless, sloppy passes. And
the thing about it, John, is well, Scotland's not allowing them to set up quick corner, quick throw in. Great back line, pushing the pressure on them, not allowing them to get up. They're not showing a threat, and we're putting them under pressure. That's when the holes, that's when the gaps. Good movement from the players. James Forrest, Russell. That's what you want to see.
Here is Forrest, hooks it over, looking for McNulty. The defender got a touch on that, and it's a free kick against McNulty, isn't it?
There's not much in that as well, John. That's I'm happy with McNulty there. He's shown good aggression, and he's got to go and challenge there. That's not a free kick in my hand, in my eyes. But it's he's good, to be fair. Good defending, putting his head on that one.
So Lunadei will be coming on, final change. They'll be grateful that they kept one to use. Palazzi takes over the captaincy, and Simoncini is off. He's been struggling. So, one obvious final change in this game. Scotland made all three of theirs. Remember, Callum Patterson injured in the first half, and then McTominay on for McGregor. And Stuart Armstrong was then replaced by James Forrest. And San Marino slipping to another defeat. They basically always lose. They've won one game, that was in 2004. They've drawn 4, and 150 defeats and counting. The Nations League has been a good thing, but it almost hasn't touched San Marino. They are the lowest of the low in Europe. You can almost do with a special little group below that for them. But having said that, Scotland are only 2 goals up against them, but they're attacking again with Russell, who scored the second, to Ryan Fraser. A little step over, goes to the byline, crosses left-footed, opportunity. No, the whistle's gone again. Another shove, was it? McNulty?
It wasn't a shove. He's just put his hands on his back. You shouldn't do it. If you're a defender, John, and I put your hand, you just come forward, and it's a free kick, very soft one. But he's great movement. Then you just come in. That's a free kick. That's enough. I'm looking on the monitor. He's put pressure there. You don't need to do it. Attack the ball. It's a great header back across as well, cleared off the line. But for me, he doesn't need to do that. Great play down the left side as well from Russell and Fraser. Good ball from Fraser as well. I need to see that more from him. He gets himself in those positions, you don't know what you're going to get.
I wonder in international football as well, Chris, whether there is a little bit tougher on pushes and shoves in the box and things. I think a few of the times the Scotland players are a bit surprised that the whistle's gone against them.
No, I know where you're coming from, John, but at the end of the day, if you're a centre-back or a defender and you feel a hand on your back, you know what, and it has been pushes. Johnny Russell, it was McLean, it was McKenna as well. McNulty doesn't need to do it. It's good movement. He's worked his feet well enough. He's got his 2-3 metres that he can go and attack the ball. He's attacked it well, but it's that first initial one. He doesn't need to do that with a defender. They're poor defenders. They're 2-0 up, John. Not good enough.
And a couple of minutes to play. 2-0 on TalkSport 2 to Scotland. That is McLean and Russell, the goal scorers. Can they get a third here? Be a record win away to San Marino for Scotland. This has been the scoreline every time they've played from the days of Strachan and Jury, who scored in the early 90s when they came here. McTominay with a cross. Out comes Benedettini. He catches it and then he goes down. They're happy with the 2-0, aren't they? He's wasting time.
Yeah, to be fair, it's just one of them. McTominay as well. I think it's not a bad ball in. The keeper's came out. He's got that, but you know what? I just think he's too focused on beating the first man. Far too easy for the goalkeeper there. But we should have bodies in there. Let's go and want to score a third.
We do have a bit of time with Nat and Andy Purcell afterwards to pick over this game before we turn our attention on TalkSport 2 later to Netherlands-Germany, which should be a good game. Well, the best football nations around, aren't they? Netherlands and Germany going in slightly different directions. Netherlands picking things up again, having had a couple of years in a fallow period. Scotland just about to claim their first 3 points of this Euro 2020 qualifying campaign. We're into the 90th minute and they are leading by 2-0. James Forrest thinks about taking the throw and then he leaves it. A lack of quality, a lack of urgency about Scotland. Russell has to show a little bit of skill and get into the penalty area. Not nearly good enough, really. And the clearance is smashed into the face of McTominay, who's struggling. Back up on his feet. Scotland carry on attacking. They will need to go and have a look at Scott McTominay in a moment. He took that square in the face. And he's okay. In fact, he's just picked up the ball and played a pass across to the captain, Robertson. And Fraser, his head down. He's like Scotland. He's done some good things and some very frustrating things tonight. Ryan Fraser. And McLean, midway inside San Marino's half, just about to get to the 90-minute mark, and Fraser to Robertson, and it's flicked across and beyond everybody, and collected again on the right side by O'Donnell, and now Forrest, can he shoot from there? It's deflected, has to be cleared, and it was 4 minutes to be added on. Time for Scotland perhaps to grab another goal, and Forrest comes central. And then Fraser with a twist and a turn, and Russell, who got the second goal, looking for the little 1-2 with Forrest, and he's just blocked off, can't get the return pass.
Well, he's looking at the referee there, and that was just good defending. You know, I think it's better. Those little link-up plays, that's what you wanted, the sharpness. I think that's what Alex McLeish wanted from the start. You got Patterson, you got Fraser, you got you know what I mean? It's that all kind of give me go, the little 1-2s around the box, and we've not showed that. We've not showed the ability to get the ball down and play that way. It's been very slow and labelled, and now, we're 2-0 up. And it's not been good enough, but yeah, I'd like us to go on and try and go from this and build on it.
Oh, he's got that yellow card out in the 91st minute, and it's for Scott McTominay, who went in. His boot was raised as the San Marino player was trying to clear it. Yellow card.
Yeah, well, you just want a little bit of consistency, don't you, from the referee? I think it could have come out on probably 4 or 5 occasions for the San Marino players, and yeah, there was some shocking ones as well.
It's a potential setback, of course, because obviously suspensions are a big thing in these qualifying groups. Important games to come, as I say. In June, it's Cyprus at home and Belgium away, and he's been encouraging. McTominay, let's not overdo it, but you know, he's been okay since coming on.
Yeah, he's tried to make things happen. You know, he's looked forward. I've got to say, he's had more options. McGregor, but you demand it. You know, if McGregor, if you're on the ball and you get your head up and there's no options, you demand the players. You don't see them having a go at each other.
They seem a nice set of boys. But
you can be nice, but still put the demands on each other that you go out there and you mean business. McGregor, again, he's seen a lot of the ball. If the option's not on, then have a go at the player. Say, look, you got to show for me. Give me something.
Scotland are attacking. The 3rd minute of added time. They lead by 2-0. The attack breaks down again. It really has been. The ball has been going in one direction for almost all of the game. San Marino, one half chance by Hirsch that hit the side netting. Other than that, they've been hanging on reasonably comfortably. But Forrest has the ball. Right wing position. His cross is deflected, and it will go out the far side for another corner for Scotland. They started by scoring at a corner in the 4th minute. They took it short. San Marino, not really with the level of professionalism. Actually, no, it's gone straight out of play. So it's a goal kick for San Marino. Scotland down at walking pace. Actually, to be fair, they were at walking pace in the first half.
Yeah, just even there, you know, the ball comes in, and Ryan Fraser, to be fair, he has shown good energy up and down. When he gets it, he goes direct. He tries to make something happen. Maybe his quality lets him down in that final moment. But again, he's reacted there. You know, he should be there, he should be on his front foot, being on the end of that cross there, and that's the disappointing thing. Too many times we've reacted rather than anticipation.
So Berardi in possession for San Marino, and he is really late on McTominay. He'll be wondering why the yellow card hasn't come out.
Well, it has.
Yes, he has. He's got it in his hand, hasn't he? Yes. And he checks his watch and he waits for Berardi to turn around. And the first, I wonder if he had a bet with himself, keep his yellow card in his pocket until the 90th minute had gone by. Yeah, foul, obvious foul, but actually not as bad as one or two of the earlier ones. To be fair, San Marino haven't exactly clogged Scotland, but there have been a few that the referee's has been a bit lenient with. Another long ball forward from Scotland, drops behind everybody. That will probably be the last action of the game.
Yeah, you know what, and it's like, again, it's just, you can see the frustration there. Just forcing it when we can just go into feet, play. There's a time to play in behind, there's a time not to. and we've made the wrong choice today,
And
too many times.
The boos ring around the stadium on full time as the referee blows his whistle. The Scotland fans make it clear that they're not happy. They've seen their side win, and they've won by 2-0, the same scoreline that they've got every other time they've come to San Marino. So in that respect, they haven't made progress, all gone backwards, but it has not been a good start to the European Championship qualifiers. Kenny McLean with an early goal in the 4th minute, a cleverly placed header made it 1-0. We were optimistic at that point that Scotland might be enjoying a good evening, but they had to wait 70 minutes to get the second. It was scored by Johnny Russell, and that was the way it's 3 points. There's not a lot else you can say about Scotland's performance tonight. Full time then in San Marino is San Marino 0, Scotland 2.